Hey fellow gamers, Chatty, Sisa here. I have a short gaming blah blah here on this spot. There were a couple of topics popping up in the past few days or weeks, but there is one which is keep on like repeating and coming back, and it's something already where I have already done a post about it. It was, I think, my second vid. It's on my channel. It's horrible. Going back and looking at it right now, yeah, it's horrible. But hey, it was my the second vid I have ever made, and the editing was also not so great. But the topic which is coming back is the beauty or ugliness of female characters in a game, and I have seen again renewed discussions about it. And I do have to say, okay, there is one discussion going on between guys, which I understand, and I also have to chime in with my own view. The discussion about beautiful or ugly female characters is usually between men. I'm just usually quietly looking at it and reading the discussions. And I do understand the points here. I will just show you one of the posts, which I just picked as an example. There is one guy who's writing, "Am I the only one who couldn't give less of a fuck? If female characters are attractive or not in a video game, shouldn't we all be more worried about gameplay, story, atmosphere, content instead of how fuckable the characters are?" And I have to agree here with pointing out that there are things which are more important, like the gameplay, like the story, the atmosphere. If it doesn't matter if you have a ton of beautiful characters, if everything else is lacking, nobody's going to buy the game because it's going to be shit. So I completely agree with that. But you misunderstand one thing. When people want to have beautiful characters, it doesn't mean they want to have fuckable characters. I'm as straight can be. I'm not interested in women in a sexual manner. But my point is, and I think there is a good reply here from the other guy, it's not about how fuckable they are. Absolutely no one is saying that but you. It's just heterosexual people naturally attracted to attractive opposite sex. This isn't rocket science. Nobody's going to pay $70 to look at ugly people except you. Good. Again, discussion point which I have seen 1,000 times. It's not just about heterosexual guys who want to see beautiful female characters. From my point of view, I don't care whether the lady is fuckable or not in the game. My point is rather different. If I'm supposed to play with, let's say, a female protagonist in a game, and I'm playing a game which is taking several hours to complete, and it can be anywhere from, I don't know, 10 to 100 hours, I don't want to look at an ugly bug. I am not interested in playing as an ugly character. I just don't care about that. In that sense, I have to tell you, even if the game has awesome gameplay, awesome story, and awesome atmosphere, I will probably just play the game once. If I like the story, or maybe if I like the content of the game for whatever reason, but never again, or I'm going to look for mods and heavily mod the game because I am not interested in looking for 100 hours at an ugly mug. I already said that before, okay? So I do understand both the points here, and I do agree partially with both of them. But they are still looking at it just from a male point of view, and let's not forget, there is also this female point of view. So going back to the original point which I said, this question or this topic is popping up again and again and again and again, increasingly over the past few years, and I am already very sick and tired of seeing the uglification of the women in the games. And when I look at the faces which are posted here, you do have to admit that the games which are coming out of Asian studios are depicting women absolutely beautiful. They are really something that catches your eye, and they are really nice to look at. And usually it's more fun to play a game like that, instead of playing a game where the character is absolutely hideous. And I have to mention this also with something more in mind. I'm going to do another segment here for Dragon Age Veilguard updates. And I have to come back again to what I said previously. And that is that the character of Tash in the new Dragon Age Veilguard game is absolutely hideous. And no matter how much you're going to bash me now for my opinion, it's my subjective opinion. If you find this character for some reason beautiful, fine, I would just suggest you really visit an eye doctor pretty soon. But I do not believe that character is beautiful in any way. It is way too masculine and it looks really awful. And it is, I think, one of the worst looking female faces which I have seen in the past few years in games. So yeah, I really do hope that going forward in the next few years, the game developers will, let's say, course correct a little bit, because from what we have seen in the past few years, more and more of these games where you have really these bad looking characters are flopping or are not as well perceived as the game developers have hoped for. Some of those are really resulting in huge financial losses, and I really do hope that the game devs are going to learn from this and start to make games again where you have really beautiful looking characters. I am playing a game to escape reality. Most of the people who are playing games are playing them because they want to escape reality, right? And they are not looking for ugly characters, and they are not looking for playing something for endless hours where the characters look absolutely hideous. Nobody wants that. And maybe there is a small minority which is hell-bent on having such characters in a game. I fail to see the reason why. Please enlighten me in the comments if you think that there is a valid, normal, logical argument, but for me it just doesn't make sense. People do not like to look at ugly things, including ugly characters in games. So, yeah. That's my 2 cents again to this topic. Obviously, it is something I had to come back to 1 year later. I hope in 1 year time I will be able to post maybe something more positive, and I hope that there will be some game in the meantime which will have a better looking character. So yeah, so far my opinion. Please put your thoughts into the comment section below, and if you like this vid, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really is helpful for the YouTube algorithm. Thanks a lot already in advance, and thanks also for watching. Stay tuned and game on.